আচ্ছা আচ্ছা তাতে মাইক্রোফোন লাগবে। এসে চলছে? মুখের সাথে লাগা দাও কেন তুমি? আমি কথা বলতে মুখের সাথে লাগা কেন? এটা মাস্কের সাথে লাগাইছে এটা। হ্যাঁ, ওখান থেকে টাকা বলবো। ওটা সাথে টাটু এদিক করে দাও। ওটা এদিকে আনো না, এটা আমাকে এদিক করে। হ্যাঁ
হ্যালো, আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম। So how are you?
জি স্যার, ভালো আছি স্যার। ভালো আছেন স্যার?
হ্যাঁ আলহামদুলিল্লাহ আছি। এই তোমাদের আমরা in the last class we had been discussing the 4th year lecture curriculum, and today the most important aspect of pediatric medicine is the respiratory disorder and gastrointestinal disorder. These two are most important as because 95% patients are of respiratory and GI problem. So in short, we are going to complete our 4th year lectures so that we can switch to 5th year lecture classes.
স্যার আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, yes.
স্যার লাস্ট ক্লাসে স্যার আপনি বলছিলেন যে স্যার নেক্সট ক্লাসে ওই যে প্রোটিন এনার্জি ম্যালনিউট্রিশন স্যার
Yes, but before
দিবেন স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, তো protein energy malnutrition we'll be discussing, but this is not as required. The change is there. We'll be discussing respiratory problem and GI problem today. And the next class, the micronutrient vitamin deficiency, PM, along with the infectious disease. So that means in the next Tuesday, we'll be completing our 4th year lecture series. So today we are going to discuss respiratory disorders, ARI, pneumonia, and bronchiolitis, and bronchial asthma. These 4 is so common. বন্ধ করছো? ওরাও শুনবে? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So let us start ARI, pneumonia and bronchiolitis. So ARI means acute respiratory tract infection, acute respiratory tract infection. And you'll be knowing in the outdoor department, in the outdoor basis, if you think of 10 patients, out of 10 patients, 7 patients come with 4 diseases. Number 1 is febrile illness. Number 2 is respiratory illness. Number 3 is gastrointestinal illness. Number 4 is malnutrition. So these 4 are more common. So these 4 in 7 patients out of 10, if we know these 4 disease, we can treat 7 patients. And if we can patient 7 patients out of 10, the 70% patient is treated. So if this 70% patient can be treated by you MBBS doctor, enough. And these are the most common problem in children. So ARI, acute respiratory tract infection, and pneumonia, it is the inflammation of the lung parenchyma tissue. Lung parenchyma, when it is involved, that is parenchyma is alveolar tissue is involved, it is called pneumonia. And bronchiolitis,
Assalamualaikum sir.
means it is Walaikum salam.
স্যার কিছু মানুষকে অ্যাকসেপ্ট করতে হবে, ওয়েটিং আছে।
এত দেরি করলে আসলে তো কেমনে করব আমি? এত তো অ্যাকসেপ্ট করব না আমি আর এর পরে। So bronchiolitis, it is the inflammation of the terminal bronchioles, not the lung tissue. Inflammation of the terminal bronchioles. So what happens? Bronchiolitis, it is the inflammation of the terminal bronchioles. Pneumonia, it is the lung parenchymal tissue, alveolar tissue. So when lung parenchyma is infected, inflammation is there. There is inflammatory edema, inflammatory secretion, exudation. That exudation causes edema in the alveoli, so leading to ventilation, perfusion difficulties. There is oxygen going into the blood and carbon dioxide coming out of the blood is hampered because water is there, edema is there, fluid is there, isn't it? But in case of bronchiolitis, it is not that. What happens? Due to, hello, can you follow me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ah, okay. If any problem in understanding, please tell me. But in case of bronchiolitis, it is a narrowing of the bronchioles because of inflammation. Inflammatory edema causing narrowing because of the mucosal swelling, so narrowing. So air entry is impaired. Air entry is impaired, isn't it? Here, if air can enter, alveoli is functioning normal. Alveoli is normal in case of bronchiolitis. But sometimes there are huge inflammation causing complete obstruction. In that case, air cannot enter into the alveoli, can lead to, again, ventilation, perfusion problem. So this is the basic pathological difference. And pneumonia, it can occur at any age, from 0 day up to any age, death, 100 years. But bronchiolitis has got age specificity, say 2 months to 2 years. So this is age specific. Pneumonia can cause by virus, bacteria. What is the time? If you want to join me, join at 10 o'clock in the next class, okay? It is not your relative's house. Anytime you can go and come, no, okay? This is offline class, which is not allowed at all. But if you want to come, by 10, you should come, okay? Go and sit. So pneumonia. So it has got lot of organisms can cause pneumonia. But try to understand what I'm telling. Particularly when the vaccines are available, the 60% of childhood pneumonia are due to Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenzae. So these two are prevented by two effective vaccine, but still pneumonia is high. But still, under 5 children out of 100 deaths, 25 deaths are due to pneumonia. What is the cause? So when these two organisms has been prevented by vaccine, two effective vaccine, other organisms are coming forward for pneumonia. So which is sometimes unknown microorganisms causing pneumonia. And that is why still death of pneumonia. From next class, not after 10, no entry. I tell you. What is the time of class? My class? 10 o'clock. What is the time now? So never enter in my class after 10. From the next onwards, okay? Sit down. Because I am very much annoyed when anybody comes 5 minutes accepted, but it is not the 25 minutes. So, so there is vast etiological factors causing pneumonia. And at the same time, say environmental pollution, overcrowding in the house. You will be seeing in the Bangladesh population, middle class or below middle class, they are living in a overcrowding housing. Say they have got rented only 2 rooms. In these 2 rooms, parents, grandfather or grandmother, 2 or 3 children, all are staying. And the socio cultural development. That person has TV, that person has wardrobe, that person has almirah, that person has cot, everything is there in that room, isn't it? Mid safe, everything is there. So ultimately, free space is very less, which is called overcrowding in housing. Another thing is that malnutrition. Any malnutrition gets infected. Biogas, fuel, air pollution. So all these factors can lead to your pneumonia, along with microbes. Microbes is sometimes secondary. So pneumonia has got vast etiological factors, including bacteria and these environmental factors. But in bronchiolitis, it is not related with malnutrition. It is a virus, respiratory syncytial virus, starting from the nasal passage. Rhinitis presents with runny nose, followed by 1 or 2 days cough is there. And so coughing, the respiratory distress is there. So pneumonia, usually microbes and having high febrile, toxic, ill looking. And in X-ray, there will be consolidation. X-ray, there will be consolidation involving the lobar pneumonia or patchy pneumonia, bronchopneumonia. But in case of bronchiolitis, narrowing of the bronchioles, leading to hyperinflation of the chest. X-ray will be hyperinflammation of the lungs, and sometimes occasional, a few opacity is there, but hyperinflated chest. And if an hyperinflated chest is diagnosed by counting the intercostal space, if you count from below upwards, and if it is more than 7 spaces visible, more than 7 intercostal spaces visible, it is called hyperinflated chest. And the right dome of the diaphragm will be depressed. So this is the X-ray findings. And management aspects or investigation. In case of pneumonia, CBC, total blood count will be increased because it's a bacterial infection sometimes. But in case of bronchiolitis, it is not like that because it's a virus and less febrile. And the bronchiolitis babies are well playing, playful, active and alert, but pneumonia patients are sick looking. And treatment is, in case of pneumonia, antibiotic must. But in case of bronchiolitis, no. It is the only clearance of the nasal passage and steam inhalation so that airway passage will be cleared and air entry will be good. No antibiotics needed. So this is pneumonia and bronchiolitis. Clear? And bronchiolitis happens to be in well-nourished child. অর্থাৎ যাদের স্বাস্থ্য ভালো তারা ব্রঙ্কিওলাইটিসে ভোগে, আর যাদের স্বাস্থ্য খারাপ তারা নিউমোনিয়াতে ভোগে। Clear? Can you follow me, online students?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So understood what I'm telling, pneumonia and bronchiolitis? Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
fine. Now childhood asthma. It is also very common. You will be frequently seeing the parents who are very much anxious regarding the child's illness. What is the illness? The repeated attack of chest problem. What is the problem? Runny nose or cough followed by respiratory difficulty. And when it is treated, baby becomes well for 7 days, 10 days or 1 month. Again, after 1 or 2 months, same thing happens. So it is a recurrent wheezy respiratory problem. Wheeze will be there. Wheeze means narrowing of the lumen. And তুমি কি আমার ক্লাসে আসছো? কয়টার সময় ক্লাস শুরু আমার? জানো তুমি কয়টায়? এখন বাজে কয়টা? এটা কি মামা বাড়ি? যা বসো, নেক্সট ক্লাস থেকে 10টার পরে আসলে আমি ঢুকতে দেবো না। তোমাদের এই আসার আগ্রহটা, this coming into and joining this class is good, appreciated, but that doesn't mean that it is we anytime you can enter. There is some system, and you know we are the clinicians. I have a lot of patients in the OPD. Anyway, so asthma. So asthma means the wheeze means the narrowing of the upper way, narrowing of the lower airways, causing a musical sound or producing musical sound which is audible by ear is called wheeze, and it is due to the narrowing of the lower respiratory tract. A respiratory bronchiole, terminal bronchiole, when there is narrow, wheeze is produced, and on auscultation there will be rhonchi, musical sound. And stridor is the loud, harsh sound due to upper area obstruction. When there is bronchiolitis or laryngotracheobronchitis or epiglottitis or foreign body infection in the upper respiratory tract, there will be a loud and harsh, corkous sound will be there. That is called your stridor. And stridor can be heard from another room. But wheeze is a soft musical sound audible from the chest by putting your ear closer to the chest, and it is due to the narrowing of the lower ear. So whenever a parent is coming to you of his child having recurrent wheeze, say 3 or 4 attacks in a year, sudden attack, cough, respiratory distress, and wheeze. So these are the 4 cardinal symptoms: the cough, respiratory difficulty, chest tightness, and wheeze. And when it is happening for repeated times, that indicates your asthma. So asthma, by definition, is a chronic inflammatory disease in the respiratory tract. It is a chronic inflammation of the respiratory tract. And this chronic inflammation ultimately narrowing the terminal or respiratory bronchiole. So air flow through those respiratory bronchiole is limited. Air passing into the alveoli is limited, or air out from alveoli to the ear is limited. Because of the narrowing, air goes less and air comes out less. So this is called narrowing. And for this narrowing, there is air flow limitation. Flow to and flow out is limited. And that is producing your wheeze. Sound is producing. So this asthma, etiologically, it is intrinsic or extrinsic. Intrinsic means when the allergic manifestation occurs within the body system, then it is called intrinsic. Say a child who has immunoglobulin E is high. Immunoglobulin E is a reagenic antibody which is responsible for antigen antibody reaction. So allergic manifestation. And another is extrinsic. Baby is fine. On laboratory investigation, no problem is there. But whenever baby is exposed to any allergens, say smoke, fumes, or any allergic foods, pollens, dust, baby gets suffocated and respiratory distress is there. So this is called exogenous or external or extrinsic. This is means exogenous or external or according to book is extrinsic asthma, and another is intrinsic asthma. Usually intrinsic asthma is called atopic asthma. That is, some of the members in the families are affected. The family will be positive. First degree family, say father, mother, brother, maternal uncle, paternal uncle, grandfather, grandmother. From there, it will be positive. In case of intrinsic asthma, particularly when the child is investigated for serum IgE, it will be high. So this is called intrinsic asthma. Or extrinsic asthma, serum IgE will be normal. But whenever it is exposed to allergens of the environment, patient gets suffocated, asphyxiated, or cough, respiratory distress, chest tightness, and wheeze will be there. It is a chronic inflammation of the respiratory tract. Can you hear me, online students?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
So it is it clear how intrinsic and extrinsic asthma is happening?
Yes, sir.
So intrinsic and extrinsic. So any patient who has asthma may not have any attack anytime, but there are some factors which can lead to sudden attack of asthma. Who are those? These are called triggers, triggering agents. So triggers are the allergens, and these are two types. One is external allergens and internal. The internal to বললাম যে IgE, আর external মধ্যে তোমার এই smoke, dust, fumes, pollens, dander, mites. These are the allergens. So these allergens are two types. One is generalized, another is individual. So individual means say you two are standing beside the roads and smoke was coming and you two started coughing. It indicates it is generalized. The smoke is harm for everybody. But you have taken Hilsa fish, both of you. Your friend has developed allergy, urticaria, but you do not. So that is called individual. Clear? Clear? What is individual and generalized? কি অবস্থা? আলহামদুলিল্লাহ, আলহামদুলিল্লাহ। আচ্ছা, মাশাআল্লাহ, মাশাআল্লাহ, ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে। হ্যাঁ, ও খুব ভালো খবর, খুব ভালো খবর। আমি তো ভয় পেয়ে গেছি, আমি ক্লাসে ভাই, আমাদের তো সমস্ত কার্যক্রম চলে, তো এই রুগী ক্লাস সব ক্লাসে আমি। যাক, ভালো খবর শুনলাম, আমি তো ভয় পেয়ে গেছি তোমার টেলিফোন পেয়ে। আল্লাহ মাফ করে। আচ্ছা, তুমি ভালো আছো তো? তুমি ভালো আছো তো? মামাকে সালাম দিও, মামাকে সালাম দিও। মামার অক্সিজেন বন্ধ করলে মামার সাথে আমি কথা বলবো। আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে, আল্লাহ ভরসা। জি, থ্যাংক ইউ, আল্লাহ হাফেজ। So allergens, individual and generalized. Under here, and now come to for the types of asthma. I'm discussing in a very simple way. Nothing more than this will be asked in the exam. Mind it. We are taking exam in pediatrics not to make you pediatrician, but to make you a physician so that you can face the problem. You do not need to be a pediatrician like all diseases, but the common diseases you must be knowing. So common disease I'm going to discuss. So for the types, two types only. How many types? Two types. One is intermittent, means respiratory problem is there with these four cardinal signs: cough, respiratory distress, chest tightness, and wheeze. But in between two attacks, patient is fine. Say in 2019, the patient has an attack of respiratory problem, patient was admitted in the hospital and treated and went back. But these 2 years, nothing was there. Again, he has an attack. So 2 attacks, but in between attacks, patient is totally symptom free. And the pulmonary function test, PFT, is normal. Clear? This is called intermittent. This is called intermittent. And what is persistent? Yes, persistent, there are 3 types, but you try to sign symptoms. Those 4 sign symptoms will be present in different way, but pulmonary function test is always abnormal, either mild or moderate or severe. That means a persistent asthma, the duration of the sign symptoms may vary. It may be 1 week, it may be 2 weeks, it may be 1 month, but it is pulmonary function is never normal. But pulmonary function is always normal in case of intermittent. Clear? 2 basic difference of intermittent and persistent. Understood? Understood? Hello, online students?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Intermittent and persistent asthma?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So now, how to treat? How to treat? How to treat? 3 things. 3 things. One is treatment. 3 things. One is education of the patient. Education. What does the education? Education means let him understand that this is a chronic disease, this is an allergic disease. It is exaggerated when exposed to allergens. So in this way, you have to give the message to the patient that this is your disease and this is the problem. So this is education, and when and how to take the medicine, in which symptoms, which drug should be taken, and how to use the medicines. So all these informations are under the headline of education. Number 2 is medication. And the medications is step care management. Step care, mind it. Step care management. Step care 1, stage 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. It is written in the book. If you want to learn it, you can go through. But mind it, beta 2 agonist, that is salbutamol or albuterol, is always needed to relieve the symptom. To relieve the symptom, it is a beta 2 agonist, that is a salbutamol therapy, either in the oral form, tablet, or in inhaler form. And to control the disease, the underlying chronic inflammation of the respiratory passage, to control that inflammation is the control of the disease, mind it. So if you take only beta 2 agonist, symptom will be free, but disease it will not improve, and which is temporary. But if you want to improve your disease condition, particularly in the children, if you can treat the disease condition, there is chance of complete cure in 70 to 80% of the 70 to 80% cases. So when there is 70 to 80% chances there, so we should be careful regarding the control of the disease treatment, and that is a steroid, fluticasone, inhaler form. And supporting medicines are the liquid triene receptor blocking agents, Teleucast, and sometimes long-acting beta 2 agonist for the control of night symptom. The characteristics of cough, of asthma, if you ask 100% of patient will be answering in the same way, that my child, daytime there is no problem, but at night 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, when sleeps. So it is the nocturnal cough or early morning cough. Any mother is complaining of nocturnal or early morning cough, and at the same time, night awakening cough and cough in these three is the characteristic of cough for asthma. Minded, this is asthma. Okay. Daytime it is almost nil. Why? Physiologically, the respiratory passage becomes narrow at night. You and me, those who are not asthmatic, normally when we are sleeping or taking rest, uh, yeah, the caliber of respiratory passage undergoes at least 12% reduced. So when respiratory passage is chronically inflamed in case of asthma, so this reduction of the caliber of respiratory passage in an asthma patient, it causes more coughing attack, and that is why it is nocturnal and early morning. And nighttime and daytime, they are more or less free of symptoms. Clear? And treatment is step care management. One thing should be uttered by step care management, step 1, 2, 3. So this is enough bronchial asthma. And GI time to নাই আর এখানে তো হয়ে গেছে কি বলে জানো হ্যাঁ আসবে এখন আর 8 মিনিট পরে দিতে পারবো আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে আর 8 মিনিট পরে দিতে পারবো ফাইন আমার শেষ হবে now come to GI tract AGE acute gastroenteritis acute means sudden onset gastroenteritis stomach and enterite the enteron that is intestine is inflamed acute gastroenteritis so it can start with vomiting because gastritis is there stomach has upset so any patient having gastroenteritis acute gastroenteritis may present with vomiting followed by diarrhea loose stool by name acute gastroenteritis and sudden onset so it is a sudden onset and it is ultimately producing diarrhea. So what is diarrhea? The loose watery stool more than 3 or 4 times in a day or 200 ml per stool. So and it should be managed and something should be known to you. What could be the possible cause of diarrhea? So persistent diarrhea, dysentery. These three is for you, MBBS doctor. Acute watery diarrhea, sudden onset of diarrhea and persisting less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. Starts acutely, but persisting for more than 2 weeks, it is called persistent diarrhea. And dysentery means when visible blood is there. Any diarrhea with visible blood, you can see in a naked eye. Online, are you following me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
জান আছে উত্তর দিচ্ছে না তো কেউ হ্যালো হ্যালো অনলাইন
Ji, sir.
স্টুডেন্ট
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
হ্যালো
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
স্যারের নেট প্রবলেম।
Hello.
তানজিলা হোস্ট। না তানিজা।
Hello.
হ্যালো আসাদ,
Yeah, bro. Go.
এবারে রাকিব
কিসে?
কই? রাকিব বলে আরেকটা প্লেয়ার করছে বলে।
কেডা?
রাকিবে
কিসে? রাকিবের কিসে?
আরেকটা বিয়ে করছে নাকি?
ওই কস কি? কবে?
তোরা এটা কইলি?
কি কস?
আজকে দাওয়াত আছে রে ভাই।
ওরে ভাইয়া
বিয়ে
আপনি আমাকে আগে বলেন নাই কেন?
বিয়ে খামু, আমি তো অসুস্থ, খাইতে পারবো না রে।
অসুস্থ লইব।
না
ওরে খুশ খবর দেয়।
তুই বাদ দে
রাকিব কাপাসিয়া আছে কাপাসিয়া।
কাপাসিয়া ও এটা আমাকে কইছে কাপাসিয়া।
ও মাই গড
ফয়সাল,
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
হ্যালো